Let's see. No. That's too long right now. Let's do this one.
The lowest price of Rolex date just watch is only £34.
I
In order
shout
to
to
celebrate the
Wiley,
10th anniversary
Rolex?
of the opening of the London duty-free shop, the Swiss headquarters has drawn two.
Alright, so listen, if you are a football fan, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Get me? It is January transfer window, so without a further ado, I have to react to transfer news. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? So if you are a fan of Fabrizio Romano, here we go. Do you know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Yeah. Let's go. No long talk. Let's go.
Striker, and Tottenham also made contact with PSG to understand the conditions of the deal. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, many things to mention. We will go from Jonathan David to Joshua Zirkzee, Kolo Muani, Manchester United, Chelsea, something to say. Dani Olmo, let's jump into it together. And so guys, let me start today's video by mentioning one of the names we will hear several times in 2025, Jonathan David. Today, new reports coming from England about Premier League clubs approaching
Jonathan David. Okay, that interest gets back, because I know Chelsea were in for him, and I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I want Chelsea to sign a striker that is, you know what I mean? But he may not necessarily be linked to Chelsea this time. Who knows? He mentioned Tottenham just now, but he mentioned PSG, so I don't know. Maybe that's Muani, over the name is Kolo Muani, clearly. But anyway, let's go.
For the January transfer window. Guys, the understanding I have in this moment on Jonathan David is that for sure Jonathan David is going to be a name we will mention this year several times because he's out of contract at Lille. The understanding is that Jonathan David will not sign a new deal at Lille, so he's likely to leave as a free agent, but that's the point. Free agent. So summer.
Free agent in the summer. Oh, he's going to go to where... That means if he can leave as a free agent in summer, that means he can sign a pre-contract with the club that he wants to sign to in the summer, this transfer window. So he may not have to go. He may not play for them now, but he will play for them in the summer. That's going to be interesting. I wonder where he would go. I think it's magic, because I feel like he suits a club like as much as he could play for Chelsea, he could play for whoever. I think, I know it sounds crazy, hear me out. I think he would suit a team like West Ham or Aston Villa. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out, all right? Hear me out.
2025. At the moment, the feeling is that nothing is happening in the January transfer window. Jonathan David is expected to complete the season at Lille and then at the end of the season pick his favorite option. He has possibilities in Premier League, he has possibilities in Italy, in several countries. Obviously, after his performances at Lille, several clubs are attentive to the situation, but at the moment I can guarantee that despite the reports, nothing is close, nothing is advanced with Premier League clubs, and especially not for January. The idea is
me and Fabrizio Romano wearing the same top, Ralph. Hey, Fabrizio Romano's trying to steal my style. Here we go. Now I'm playing. maybe we play for the same club. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm joking. Shout out to Fabrizio Romano though, still.
Summer transfer window. So that's the feeling. We will follow the situation. Let's see if maybe some club will decide to do something crazy in January. We never know, but at the moment I can confirm once again the idea of Jonathan David is to leave in the summer transfer window, and we will follow that situation for sure. About strikers, guys, we know at Manchester United there is an interesting situation with Marcus Rashford. We will mention that in the next days as soon as the situation is more clear, but the possibility of Marcus Rashford...
That's a good point. If Lille knows that they can't maintain Jonathan David, cool. But you never know, he can still sign a new contract. You never know. But like, let's say he leaves on a free transfer, or he leaves on a free transfer. You never know. Marcus Rashford, if he does leave Manchester United, he could end up playing for Lille. and I guarantee you he will be banging goals for fun. Yeah, he will be scoring goals for fun in League One. Like, he most definitely will. Like, all you Manchester United fans, you can troll me or whatever you want to say in the comments, but you have to understand, when there's talent, there's talent. Marcus Rashford's got a bag of talent. It's just that all I'm saying is he just needs a full support. That's all he needs, full support.
For leaving Manchester United in January remains really strong, really concrete, as we know, also based on the opportunities they will receive in terms of proposals in the January transfer window. Joshua Zirkzee, many questions. Yesterday after the game, Ruben Amorim, after the draw against Liverpool at Anfield, said, I want to keep Joshua Zirkzee. He's working really hard, he's giving his best in training, but he also added the January transfer window is open, so we will see. Why he says that? Because Juventus are really pushing for Joshua Zirkzee. Juventus have a very good relationship. The director, Cristiano Giuntoli, and the agent of Joshua Zirkzee, Kia Joramchan, have an excellent relationship. They did a deal, for example, for Douglas Luiz in the summer transfer window together. So Juventus are really interested in Joshua Zirkzee. The manager is Thiago Motta, and Thiago Motta was the coach at Bologna last season. They did an excellent job together, Thiago Motta and Joshua Zirkzee. So the interest of Juventus is really concrete, and contacts with the player side already started weeks ago. So
this is what I was trying to say about Marcus Rashford as well. When certain players are already connected with certain managers, they will do well. They will do well. So anyway, let's keep it moving.
So Juventus are on it, but it will really depend on the formula of the deal. At the moment, Manchester United are not accepting a straight loan for Joshua Zirkzee. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what Juventus can do in terms of...
They're not going to make any profit from him either, though. If they sell him, they're not going to make a profit. Think. It's better that he goes on loan, and then if he does well, and obviously put in the loan agreement, if he does well, scores a certain amount of goal, keeps or gets Juventus in the Champions League position or whatever, then they can buy him for X amount. You know what I mean? The next season. You know what I mean? Or end of summer, like with an obligation to buy, loan with an obligation to buy. Like I thought Ineos, man, hold on, what's his name? Jim Ratcliffe? I'm so glad he never took over Chelsea. So glad, because he's a Man United fan, but he's not acting like a Man United fan right now. He's not. Because any Man United fan will see, and if anyway, let Man United do what Man United are doing. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, obviously Jim Ratcliffe is clearly a good businessman, because he was able to make all this money, and you know what I mean. And furthermore, I say he owns a French club as well. So anyway,
of obligation to buy, permanent transfer, loan with option to buy that could become obligation. So there are details of
what did I say? What did I say? A loan. What did I say? What did I say?
To buy that could become obligation. So there are details of the story too. It will really depend on the formula of the deal. At the moment, Manchester United are not accepting a straight loan for Joshua Zirkzee. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what Juventus can do in terms of obligation to buy, permanent transfer, loan with option to buy that could become obligation. So there are details of the story to clarify for sure. The view of Juventus is that Joshua Zirkzee is one of the main targets for January. It will really depend on Man United, because at the moment, from Manchester United, they are not accepting what Juventus are proposing. Then it's important to mention that on Juventus' list there is another name who is also on the list of other clubs around Europe, and is Randal Kolo Muani. You probably remember, guys, that a few weeks ago I told you about Kolo Muani to be one of the names for the January transfer window for sure. He's leaving Paris Saint-Germain. There is interest from several clubs around Europe. These clubs can be Juventus, because if Zirkzee is not going anywhere, Kolo Muani could be an option for Juve. Also, Tottenham are looking for a striker, and Tottenham also made contact with the...
Now, here's the thing, yeah. if you're a striker, where would you go? What would you do if you were in his position? Would you go to Tottenham or would you go to Juventus? Where would you go if you had those options? Wouldn't he not go? He would go to Juventus, bruv. No disrespect to Tottenham, but Juventus are a bigger draw because, you know what I mean? It's Juventus. You know what I mean? It's Juventus. Yeah. What more can I say? Like, when someone like Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, has played for Juventus as well. You know what I mean? So, let's keep it moving. And obviously, we know Del Piero. Get me? If you know, you know. Let's go.
PSG to understand the conditions of the deal for Kolo Muani. And then keep an eye also on Aston Villa, because Aston Villa are also monitoring strikers. The priority target is Dani Olmo at Borussia Dortmund.
I said it. Jonathan David, he sounds, I don't know what it is, but I feel like Jonathan David is someone that is most likely, like, he's like an Aston Villa type of striker. I don't know why. I don't understand it, but that's what I feel. He could go there. I could be wrong, but if Aston Villa are looking for a striker, and with Unai Emery being the manager of Aston Villa, I feel like he knows what he's doing. He wanted Nicholas Jackson as well, so you have to think about it. He signed Nicholas Jackson at Villarreal. All right, what is up with Unai Emery and being the manager of the club to do with Villa in it? Is this guy a villain? And they're going to keep moving.
Dortmund, Aston Villa are working on it, but they are among several clubs calling to understand the situation of Kolo Muani. So the expectation remains for Kolo Muani to leave Paris Saint-Germain in January, and Kolo Muani to be one of the names to follow for the January transfer window for sure. That's the idea, that's the view. He's gonna leave, and so let's see with Juventus, with Tottenham, what's gonna happen. Again, for Juventus, keep an eye also on Joshua Zirkzee, because it will really depend on what Manchester United want to do. Then guys, Chelsea, because Chelsea with the injury...
Hey, let's go guys, and Chelsea, let's go. My club now, let's go.
Wesley Fofana, who hopes to return mid-end of March. That's the feeling of the player, but we have to see on the medical point of view how the recovery is going to develop in the next weeks. It's important to say that Chelsea are seriously considering to bring in a new centre-back in the January transfer window. It's a strong possibility. So Chelsea, despite some of the initial reports we saw, Chelsea have a recall clause into the contract with Trevoh Chalobah. So the clause is there. Chelsea are considering this possibility. But another player they like is Marc Guéhi at Crystal Palace. He's a...
The Chelsea Academy strikes again. The Chelsea Academy strikes again. All right? When will people realize that Chelsea have the best academy in England? All right? In England. Because how is it possible that we let Marc Guéhi go, leave Tottenham to Crystal Palace, which is good because he's able to get game time, he's able to develop as a player, and do you know what I mean? And even develop leadership skills. So, yeah, come back to, like, he can move back to the original Mandem FC. You know what I mean? Yeah, Crystal Palace are the Mandem FC as well. You know what I mean? Because of that Mandem derby and that. But listen, they don't have their leader, Michael Elise, in it. So, you know what I'm saying? They don't have Michael Elise. And furthermore, Michael Elise was a Chelsea Academy player anyway. So, we are the original Mandem FC to come back to the Mandem, innit? You know what I mean? That sounds wild. No diddy. But, get me. Let's see if this happens, though. I want to know if Chelsea... Like, obviously, I didn't understand why Chelsea, the owners, wanted to get rid of Trevoh Chalobah in the first place. Like, I never understood it. And now they're realizing, oh, we were wrong. You know what I mean? Like, trust your academy. Sometimes your academy does a lot more for than the players that you actually go and buy. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to think they come up through the youth ranks and they got so much passion. You can't buy passion. I'm telling you, you cannot buy passion unless they are from another league, another country, and they actually genuinely support the team. You know what I mean? Then it's different. For example, you're seeing with Jadon Sancho, even though he came through, I believe he came through the Manchester City Academy as well at one point, and I think was it Watford or something? I can't remember his journey per se. Yeah, I will read up about his journey because again, Kenneth is where he started. But like, no, all jokes aside, he supports Chelsea, so you can see the passion. You know what I mean? You can see the passion. It's very, very, I'm going to say it's rare that you can actually genuinely buy a passion. You know what I mean? But other than that, the passion, you're always going to get players from the academy that, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to be some that slip through the net where they had the passion, but they're not good enough. There's a difference. But Trevoh Chalobah has been good enough. Lewis Hall, for me, I feel like he was always going to be good enough. But he just wasn't going to get enough game time because Cucurella is there. You know what I mean? And then, obviously, Archibald, he can play as a right back and as a centre back. You know what I mean? The Sassy, he's a disaster. Badashil, he's bad. Do you know what I mean? I ain't trying to disrespect them or nothing, but I'm just saying exactly what I see. You know what I mean? If Chelsea could let go of Koulibaly after the first season, they can get rid of the Sassy and Badashil too. That's all I'm saying.
The centre-back that Chelsea appreciate. So, let's see what's going to happen there. Let's see if Chelsea will make a bid. At the moment, we are not in club-to-club negotiations. But in terms of interest, Chelsea like Marc Guéhi. Then we have to see if Chelsea want to invest on the centre-back in January, or if Chelsea want to do something more low-profile, like...
You know, it's interesting because if they do go after him, Crystal Palace are going to want Chelsea to bid like 50, 60 million for him. They want 50 or 60 million for him. No doubt. No doubt. Because I'm pretty sure Newcastle were after him at one point. And they scared Newcastle away with that 50 million or something. So if they're saying you can have him, but for 50 plus million, and Newcastle got shook, you know what I mean? And Chelsea they don't want to spend too much money anymore. They want to, as much as we spend money, they don't want to spend money anymore. So it's a very interesting story that's shaping up at Chelsea right now. It's a very interesting story. But I do believe, they're going to have to recall back Trevoh Chalobah. Even if we don't get Marc Guéhi this season, maybe we can get him back in the summer. I don't know. We might not necessarily need him because obviously I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even think it's not even that. Our focus really, yes, is a centre back, but other than that, we need a out and out striker. That's it. An out and out striker with experience. Victor Osimhen is the guy that we need to go for straight away. I don't really care. Like, no last minute days, no deadline days. Today, tonight. You know what I mean?
Like recalling Trevoh Chalobah or doing these kind of things. But remember that Chalobah could be a point of contact between Chelsea and Crystal Palace in case Chelsea decide to attack for Marc Guéhi. At the moment, again, we are not yet into advanced negotiations, concrete negotiations, but in terms of exploring options for the centre-back position, what I'm told is that Chelsea consider Marc Guéhi as one of the most interesting options around. Then it's going to be also about the budget. There are more options for sure. He's not the only one, so I'm not saying that he's going to Chelsea, but I'm saying that he's one of the names being considered for sure at the club. And so it's going to be an interesting situation to follow the centre-back for Chelsea. And not only, because I think Chelsea could do also something else on the market based on outgoings. Remember what I told you on Christopher Nkunku a few days ago. The situation of Christopher Nkunku could be one to watch because Chelsea want to keep Nkunku. But if Nkunku, or his agent of course, will go to Chelsea and say, let me go, let me leave, I want to play more, Chelsea could be open to letting him leave in the...
It'll be shocking if they let Nkunku go this season. I'm not going to lie to you. If they let him go this January, it'll be shocking. because I would never forgive Ed Sheeran. Put it this way, I would never forgive Ed Sheeran. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he can make bangers, yeah, but if he never got injured, if Nkuku never got injured, he would have been played. But then saying that though, it's crazy because I don't know, because there's a way. His best position is a centre attacking midfielder. That's a fact. Cole Palmer's best position is a central attacking midfielder, but he can play across the park, innit? But he can also play as a false number 9 as well. I think the rest needs to try that as well. Try playing with a false number 9. But and even if he plays him as a false number 9, he can also include Christopher Nkuku. But the problem is, we also play in the Conference League, so he's going to be needed. So I don't think it's a matter of game time or as many matches. As when you are a team, when you're part of a team, you are part of a team. You get it? You have to play your role, play your position. Like, I'm telling you, there's some players there. I think it's Betteleni, I think his name is. Like, I don't think he's ever played a match for Chelsea. I don't think he's ever played a match for Chelsea, but he's got such an important role behind the scenes. Do you get it? So that's how it is sometimes. Just play your role, play your position. I get it, because he also wants to play in an international stage as well. But he's got his call up. And the funny thing is, I feel like, let's keep it moving. But it would be wild if they let him go, especially in January. Now, we need it. We need to get top 4. Our form has been terrible, and Maresca needs to find a way to make sure that we play good. But at the same time, we've got to take our chances. But what he needs to do is, if Cole Palmer is looking tired, yeah, then take him off, replace him with Nkuku, and then, do you know what I mean? Take off Nicholas Jackson, bring on Marc Guéhi, because, again, we don't have that many strikers. Anyway, you can't play him as a striker, Christopher Nkuku as a striker, really. You can't.
January transfer window based on what the player wants to do. But Chelsea want to keep Nkuku, so it really depends on the player now. And then, guys, it's important to mention Dani Olmo, the case of the month, because he's still not registered. We know Barcelona will go to court to try find a solution for Dani Olmo and the young talented striker Pau Victor. Meanwhile, Dani Olmo is traveling with Barcelona squad to Saudi for the Spanish Super Cup. Why is this happening? Because Dani Olmo remains convinced that Barcelona will find a way. Dani Olmo, his agent, are waiting for Barcelona. So Dani Olmo is showing once again his commitment to Barca, not taking the clause to be a free agent, not negotiating with any other club, and waiting for Barcelona to find a way as soon as possible. Obviously, now the next days will be crucial. Dani Olmo can't wait forever, but Dani Olmo's intention is to wait for it. That's the idea, that's the option, that's what I'm hearing. So Dani Olmo is gonna wait for Barcelona as long as possible, and is still, as of today, not negotiating with any other club, traveling with the squad and waiting to see what's gonna be the solution of this story. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Jonathan David, Marc Guéhi, Zirkzee, Kolo Muani, Dani Olmo. Guys, I wait for your opinion here in the comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.
That's interesting. Dani Olmo is really saying, I want to play for Barca, even if it's for free. You need to be registered. What are we talking? What are we talking? Anyway. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Oh, look at this. You want to try to say Victor Osimhen to Chelsea? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Anyway, see, look, someone comes with the timestamps. Again, the timestamps. We're going to like it anyway. The timestamps. The timestamps. All right, listen, I've had enough of these timestamps. So I'm going to say, which of it is ironic Chelsea let go of can't even spell his name anymore. There you go. No, how do you spell his name? Academy prospects and now they need them. My club is really Dream Team, aka get me. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Like for real, they really are Dream Team. Because every day there's something. Every day, like I don't understand it, but it's fine though. Let me bring up the chat here because yeah. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's see what else I have on my list. All right. I'm actually. All right. I'm gonna do something completely different here. Bear with me. I'm gonna do something completely different. You know what I mean? So if you're a Chelsea fan,